Alright, so it's time to clean a few guns. Let me get my cleaner. Okay, now where can I put it? Over there, I guess. There we go. I'm not a fan of these, but they do work. But sometimes people use them and they think that's all that you need to do. I had a guy up at the club not the club here, the other one, that was shooting. He was on the 200-yard range, 100, 200, and when he was done with his AR, he just sprays the snake with a little cleaner, runs the snake through the barrel, puts it away. Says, it's clean. These things are great. I go, what do you mean they're clean? That's not clean. You clean the barrel. What about the rest of it? What are you talking about? What am I talking about? Yeah, and I'm not saying good or bad things, but these are the people that take their friends and their families and their kids shooting to teach them how to shoot, and yet they don't know anything about their gun. That running the snake through the barrel is cleaning the gun. There's no... Listen. You want me to show you how to clean a gun? I really didn't feel like it, but I can't have somebody being an idiot when I'm around them. So I started breaking it down. He's getting all kinds of nervous. He thinks I'm breaking his gun. No, this is what you're supposed to wait. So I got my cleaning kit out and the crack that I got out of his gun, because he's been doing that apparently for a long time. I'm surprised that his firearm even worked, or his AR rather, because I'm telling you, the jerk, he says, you're kidding me. He goes, I got to do that every time? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, how do I do it? I said, well, I told you to watch me. I said, so what I'd recommend you do is go home, make sure there's nobody around, make sure there's no ammo anywhere near you, and start learning how to take your gun apart and clean it. I said, there's a lot of YouTube videos that'll show you how to clean them. Pay attention though. You don't want to trust them all. When it comes to cleaning, it's pretty well cut and dry. I mean, you watch a video on cleaning and more than likely you're going to be okay. Now, water and cleaning. This is sudsy water. This is hot water. You don't want to make it so hot though, because you don't want to boil it, because you don't want to end up just changing the frame by it warping because of the heat. But whatever can come out of the sink, hot water side is fine. With some dish detergent. Dish detergent, laundry detergent, liquid detergent. Don't be cheap on it. If you're going to use laundry detergent, there's about 2 gallons of water in there, maybe. And use a cup. You know, you want to have some detergent in there. That's what you're doing it for, to clean it. So, do what you got to do. Now, I am looking for my brush, and I know I have it here. Well, better yet, let me get this one out of here. Thing is, you got to make sure that it's dry. Yeah, water is not going to hurt it. But you do have to remember to dry it out. I use the air compressor. That works great for me. I've been doing this for years. Do I do it every time? No. I do it if I have a lot of guns that haven't been cleaned in a while. And it saves me a lot of time because I just let them soak for a bit before I do anything. Okay, now what I just do, there, okay, the barrels are done. That slide is done. That's done. This slide. Well, like I say, I blow it out with the air compressor. You don't need a lot of air. A small compressor will do it. A little airbrush compressor will do it. And then what I normally do is I'll put a little oil on it. Less is best when it comes to lube. But I will put some on there, and I'll put some down inside the action, and I will blow it in with the air compressor. And then I don't put them away right away. I'll let them sit for a few minutes, you know. In this case, I can let it sit in here, but normally it's warmer in here, and the heat's going. So, but throw them in the window where the sun is shining when you're done. And then you can always assemble them after. And they're going to take a little water. I mean, if you think about it, in the military, they're in the water quite a bit. We're not military. But you can still clean them every now and then. Don't make it a habit. Now, here's what I do too. I take a little brush, that's one of those little rubber handle brushes, and I cut it so it's stubby, so it gets in there a little bit better. And then I have another one over here. If I can find it, I'll show it to you. And then you gotta make, sometimes you gotta make some of your own tools. Well, here's one of them. Where the hell's the other one? Where's the other one? Toothbrushes are nice to have. A couple of toothbrushes, stiff ones. You want a decent toothbrush. looking for my other wood. And a little wire brush isn't bad to have either, but be gentle with it. Where the hell did the brush go? Somebody take my brush. Looking for my other brush. Toothbrushes are cheap. Buy a half a dozen of them. This brush, it's an artist brush. Again, cut down just a little bit. You don't want to cut a lot off of these, a little bit, because that also helps getting in. Because you got to remember, the cleaner is going to do the job. You just want to be able to get in there and move it around and scrub it a little bit. But I do have another one of these. That's the one I was looking for. It's heftier, fatter. Cut it. And it's nice. It's nice for getting into little spots. I can't find it though. I wonder where the hell it went. This is a pretty good cleaner. I don't need it now, but it's a pretty good cleaner. There's another brush. This is a little flat brush. There's a little round brush. A couple of dowels that I use for cleaning. Sometimes you gotta get something through there and you don't want to use the metal rod where the wood helps. Sometimes you start shoving the metal rod down in the barrel, and where the brush screws onto it, there's a possibility that you can, another brush, possibility that you can put a little mark inside the barrel. Huh. I don't believe I can't find that little brush. What the hell do I do with it? I use that all the time. Well, apparently, that. So, but the toothbrush is good again for getting inside the tracks, get on the slides and things, especially on a CZ. On the CZ, on most guns, the slide slides on the outside, where on the CZ the slide is on the inside, so it has more of a tendency of filling up with dirt. So you want to make sure that you clean it regularly. Goody, goody, goody. Now this one really wasn't dirty to start with, so I'm not going to bother taking it down. No. Now if you can't see, like a 22, the barrel doesn't come out of it. If you can't see down inside, get yourself like a business card or a white piece of paper or something like that. Slide it in here. And that'll give you light, if I can get it in there, so you can see if the barrel's clean or not, because I'm getting a white reflection off the white paper that I'm putting in there. Yeah, the barrel's good. So, okay. I am going to run a brush through it though, if I can find it. It's a 22. 22. I don't even need a brush really. I can just use one of I got a snake actually. Here we go. Actually, I can use a snake. This really shouldn't be that dirty though. Yeah, I knew it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. I was really surprised on how this operates. It's really a decent little firearm for a 22 Ruger. Again, I'm not going to say go out and buy a Ruger because I don't like them. But I like this one. It's like a car. You know, you can go out and buy a Chevy and some of them are just great. And then you buy their Vega to find out, oh, what a nightmare this was. Well, there she is, and there he is. Ah, yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Jen? How you doing, bud? How you guys doing? Guys and gals. Guys and gals. It was pouring out today, and they're out there running around the rain, coming in and jumping on us, getting us all wet and cold at 6 o'clock in the morning. Huh. Now they're sniffing around here. Now that they learned how to use the doggy door, there's no stopping them. They're in and out of everywhere. Okay. I don't want to put you away just yet because you're wet. Let me get a towel. Oh, I didn't clean this one? No, I didn't. I forgot this one. I did. This is another piece of shit. See, if I get a piece of crap gun that just isn't any good, I can still utilize it because I can use it as a training piece. You know, by blocking the barrel and taking the firing pin out of it to give them a chance. Now, if it's dangerously bad, that's what I'll do. If it's just a gun that just has a lot of shitty characteristics and it keeps jamming and not running right, but it's not going to blow up on them, I'll let them use it because I want them to get used to running a firearm, and if there's a problem, how to fix it. You know, now I'm not saying that I'm the best instructor in the world, but I'm far from it. But I do want my students to understand what to do if the firearm doesn't work. Because it will happen. And I don't want them sitting there panicking, trying to figure out, oh shit. They're going to panic anyway. But at least they can, well, wait a minute. And that's the first thing I do. I tell them, put the gun down, facing downrange, safe direction, put it down, think. Then we'll talk about it from there. Now this is for the 12 gauge. I really don't care for these things. I mean, I use them, but I'm not crazy about it. Which one is this one? The other day I was looking at, this is a 9mm at 38 357. The other day I got an email from one of the suppliers that I buy from on ammo. And I see the email and then it has a little, come and get me, here I am. You know, basically bake the hook. And it said, a case of 9mm, $199. Well, that's good. That tells me that things are coming back to normal. Case, usually 1,000 rounds. Sometimes some of the distributors will call a case 500 rounds a case. But for most part, a case is 1,000 rounds. So anyway, click on the link because I'm going to go in there and see if they have any. Because having a price, which is great, or at least back to somewhat normal, and having the ammo is another thing, because sometimes they may have a little bit. They're using it just to get you in there to buy something else. So, gun owners have to put up the same thing as, I don't want to say women that do a lot of shopping, but if you do shopping, you know how they have all these things advertised to get you there, and then when you're there, oh, we ran out because you only had half a dozen of them. But they were basically just looking to get you there. And sell you something else. The other day, actually, the other day when I went over to Big Y to pick up chicken for the boys, the wife said, "Oh, they have some, what do you call it, rotisserie chickens over there on sale. $2.99, I think it was, something like that. They're normally $7 or $8, and $2.99. So I get there. It's early. I go over in the apartment where I think they are. I have to look. I don't know where everything is, so I have to look. And they move things around anyway. That's just marketing. They want to keep you moving, so they don't want you to get used to one place. You want to get used to one place, you go to that one place. Oh shit, it's not there. So they get you walking through the store, which makes you buy more. Anyhow, I go up to the manager there in that department. I says, by the way, I says, you got any more of those rotisserie chickens around, and where are they? He goes, oh, we sold out 2-3 hours ago. I said, you're kidding me. He goes, no. He said, well, we only had like 10 birds. They're just looking to get you in there. Now, they did have other ones there, much bigger. For $9 and $10. Well, they already got the taste, you know, going for you. Geez, I really wanted to have that bird, you know. So what do? You buy the bigger one. Then he says to me, well, we got more going. They should be out in a half hour or 45 minutes, so shop around a little bit. Okay, shop around a little bit. See where we're going here? They want you in the store and they want you walking around. That's why they also move things on you. They're not moving them just to move around and make room for something else. They move them around because they want to keep you walking through the store. So they'll change things occasionally for that reason. Okay, everything is clean. It's water. Yeah, it's soapy water. I guess I can hang on. No, it's got. What? Hey, how is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so she's all gone. Jam. She's all gone, Jam. I don't want to hear it. Ash bed. Thank you. Are you learning Italian finally? Huh? Are you finally learning Italian? My other boys understand. I expect. Respect. If I whistle though, they'll come and run it. Let me get an air thing. I'll blow out those. Yeah.
I just want to let you know I made you some tuna fish. I made you some tuna fish.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a shower.
Okay.
So, do you want me to make you a sandwich or something?
No, give me a minute. I'll take care
Alright,
of it.
it's in the smaller container. I made myself chicken
You want me to take a shower with you?
If you want to, babe.
No, I may be in. Yeah, it could be fun.
I'm going right now.
What are you going to do?
Going right now to take a shower.
Okay, go ahead. Go take a shower. about that. This little piece here actually comes in handy. This blows. As air blows out through here, it's actually sucking in there. So sometimes I will get into something with this side to suck something out if I think it needs to be, because it does work. So if you happen to have one of these, they come in a lot handier than you would think. Now, a little bit of oil on there. Again, I'm not a big fan of a lot of oil. You may think I'm putting a lot on here, but I'm not. And just in case I did, I'm going to blow it out with the air anyway. See what happens? You see all kinds of shit in here. What you call it? Let me see if I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Give me a second. I'll put a little bit on here. I can squeeze the heck out of that thing and hardly anything come out. That's why I say it may look like I'm putting a lot on there, but I'm not. I had another one of those bottles, and I had a wick from like an air freshener type wick, you know, that sucks up the moisture. Well, I took a wick, and after it was all dried out, I adapted it into one of the bottle caps there. So I was able to squeeze it a little bit, get the wick a little moist, and just rubbed it. And that worked out really nice. However, I think I left it at the range. That's why I don't like to do too much at the range, because the more you take, the more chances of forgetting. That's the way it works. That screw is way too long. Yeah. It's not even a screw. It's a piece of plastic plugged through the hole with glue on it. That's what holds that sight on. And you buy crap with these guys. Buy crap, get crap. That spring sucks. But I clean that barrel. Yeah. This has a double encapsulated spring for the guide rod. But I mean, it's got like no tension on it at all. I don't know if I can do anything better than that. This is such a piece of shit gun. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but why are you jumping back and forth? The screen is jumping back and forth on me. There's all kinds of wear marks in there, and gouges, and real like digs from the casings. going in and out of there, and it's jamming up. Now see, what happens here is, when this comes back, there's a little set of teeth in here on one side that's supposed to grab the casing and pull it out, and what doesn't? It doesn't let it go. It pulls it back, and then the other one's coming up, and it's not going to put one in, which it's trying to. And it gets the other one partially in and out, and then when it does push up, it still fights. That's a real nightmare. It really is. Okay, let's do a little oil. Tom was here earlier. Because he's having a problem with the radio and the frequencies, and I don't know why, but he's not hearing. You know, I'm almost like thinking, can it be his speaker or his mic jack or something? Why isn't it hearing? Because it should be hearing. And I think could be in the radio, but I'm not sure. Now, I worked on it last week and got it programmed. And it was one of the first ones that I programmed with the new plug in it. And seeing that I didn't have the plug, I had to figure it out, the frequencies. And then after I got them all figured out, as far as the split and everything goes, get a hold of a friend, and I says, I think I got it. It seems to have programmed easy. It went in. Everything seems to be okay. I says, but it's showing a 1.5. He says, what's that? I know what it is. You should know what it is. I just want to confirm that that's what it was. Now it comes to dry fire. just see me dry fire two firearms, the three of them. This one and this one rather. And that one I didn't dry fire, but this one I did. That's dry fire. I cleared them first to make sure that they weren't loaded. But these are 22s. You don't want to dry fire a 22. You're going to ruin it. They just can't take it. So unless you have a lot of money, you don't care about killing your 22s and blowing shit up, that's what you're going to do. Have at it. Now, even the regular firearms, I don't normally dry fire. A couple through the course of it, like cleaning and things. But when I'm demonstrating anything, I use snap caps. I want the firing thing to hit something, not nothing. Okay. Why do I think I'm missing something here? Apparently I've been putting this away as I've been cleaning. Yeah. Yeah, there's a gun in here I really shouldn't even keep in here. I don't use it. There's a 357 which will fire 38s. So I always say if you're going to buy if you're going to buy a revolver and you're looking at a 38, buy a 357. They're good for both. This is an old Ruger, single action only with the gate. You have to load one at a time and eject one at a time with the injector rod here. Again, it's plugged and the firing pin is out of it. That's why it's red. So I can hand it to somebody so they can kind of get used to it. Same with this one. Firing pin is out, barrel's plugged. But they can get used to it. The wrap, rack, reassess, hammer drops, safeties, mag release, they can get used to all that stuff. This is the one that shouldn't be in here. I haven't fired this thing in 5-6 years. This is a Smith & Wesson. It's a 22A1. It's more of a target. I bought this because I wanted the students to understand the different types of weapons. But none of them can use this. They have a problem with it. Only a few are able to do it. You know, most of the time you got to remember they're nervous, they're new, they don't know anything about it. You know, they don't even know how to rack. They're real easy cards. And some of them, you know, they say, well, I've been shooting with my grandfather or my father, and, you know, on the farm and this and that, and then they get on the ground and they have no idea what they're doing. Right? So just, you know, tell me you've never shot. That's your best bet. But with this one, I had purchased this because it loads from here. This is the slide. It isn't a top slide. And I figured it'd be good to show them the difference. But you need to have a little bit more thumb and finger strength with this one. Where with these, you do, but you have serrations there, and you can kind of get onto it this way. You'd be surprised how many people that know how to shoot do this. That is a no-no. This is a no-no. This is the only place that you should be handling the firearm. Press checks, this bullshit, you can do it from here. Why do I need to do it from here? Keep your hand away from the front of the gun. Okay? And then what do? You put it here. Those are there to sell. Those are not there to use. Alright, let me take this one out. This is going to go in my other. I'll make sure these are all split. At the Ruger. At the Ruger. That's nice. Good. At the Ruger. Okay. 2 Smith & Weasels. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. These are going to go in the good ones. Now here's all the magazines I have that they keep sending me for the Skies. Oh, it's got to be a magazine. You want to keep sending them, fine with me. That's not the problem. The problem is your shitty gun. At first they said, well, we don't manufacture our magazines. We have an outside source that does that. However, we're going to be doing it. But we'll send you 4 new ones. I got 2 guns. They sent me the 4 new ones. Call back. Sunday. Call them back. They say, well, we don't, I know, we don't manufacture the magazines. Well, we cut them out here, and they bend them there. So they're telling me they're cutting out the plate, just plate, and then all the bending gets done there. Okay. That's what you say, so. We'll send you a couple new ones. Fine. Still haven't got a firearm that works, but I got tons of magazines. Now, there's another one. Oh, good. Any more before I do this? No, okay. Lay this over there. And this is another one of those days where nothing is getting done. Well, this had to get done. So this is something that's going to help. I still haven't got the bookcase up in the bedroom. This is a good firearm. Of course, I wouldn't buy their pistols, but the revolvers are good. The Charter Arms, thumbs down, we'll never buy another one. No sense to bring it back to them, nothing like they used to be. They weren't the best gun in the world to start with, they only make revolvers, but at least they worked. Monday, at least they worked. Alright, so that's that. the two old crappos. Done. That one's gonna go in the house. I don't want to throw that over because then I'll be hiding it and I won't see it there. This was a good idea to have here. I'm glad I did this. It's convenient. However, I can bang my head on it once in a while. I changed the fitting on the compressor. I've mentioned it a few times how you have your 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring, and the 3 ring usually fits anything. However, if you do use it with a 1 or a 2, sometimes you'll get a little bit of an air leak. You know, you'll hear it in the background. And that's what had happened on this hose. When I threw it over there, it had a 1 on there. And there's a 3 on the compressor. So it worked. But every 5 or 6 hours, that compressor would kick on for 2-3 minutes. It wasn't that it was losing a lot. So I said, you know what, I don't need that. So I changed the one on this that was a 1, and I changed it to a 3 to fit the 3. Like I said, 3 will fit anything. So, but sometimes they'll give you that little bit of leak. But if you're taking it on and off, and you're not leaving it, you know, like if it's an air tool or an air hose that you're plugging in and plugging out, taking on, taking off, well then it's fine, just don't care. You know, but if you're going to leave it there, it's another story. Alright, this ended up in the water. Ended up in that bucket. I went to show you the dirty water. When it was on the tripod, the tripod hit the thing and this got submerged. I immediately and then turned it on and started it. Well, it showed that it was recording. And then I turned it off and I just had it up in front of the blower heat. So let's try it. It turned on. And it seems to be recording. So let's see what happens. I think I hear the voice outside. They're all over town. Alright, so I left the 360 out there to do its thing. I'm not going to bother myself and go crazy with the frequencies right now. Screw that. I got to call Ray. Find out what he's using. We'll tell him. is a nice little gun. It's a 32. You're gonna get the